All right, for what feels like forever, the number one rule of the internet has been pretty simple, right? If you want people to find you, you've got to be at the top of that search results list. Well, that entire world is changing, and it's changing fast. We're talking about a massive shift away from those endless blue links to just a single, clean answer generated by an AI. So what in the world does this mean for anyone, for any business trying to get noticed online? Let's get into it.
And this leads to the big, kind of scary question that's probably on your mind if you're a creator or a marketer. Hey, if AI just gives people the answer directly, why would they ever click through to my website? Does my site even matter anymore? I mean, this is a huge deal. Think about it. So many businesses depend on that web traffic to survive. If you're not part of that AI's answer, you could literally just disappear.
So what's actually happening behind the scenes here? Well, you ask a question. The AI engine then goes out and reads a bunch of different sources online, and then it pulls all that info together, digests it, and spits out a single, neat answer. But here's the kicker. You, the user, might never even see the original websites it got the information from. It's kind of like a black box, and that one change completely rewrites the rules of getting found online.
Okay, so the old rules are basically out the window. Now what? How do you even begin to adapt to this? Well, there's a solution, and it's a whole new discipline designed specifically for this new AI world. We're calling it Generative Engine Optimization, or, GEO for short.
So what is GEO really? Well, think about traditional SEO. That was all about climbing the ladder to that #1 spot on the search page. GEO is different. It's about positioning your brand to be so trustworthy and clear that AI platforms actually want to cite you. The goal isn't to be just another link on a long list. The goal is to be the answer, or at least a key part of it.
Okay, let's make this real. Look at this example here. Before GEO, someone asks for things to do in NY. You get the usual suspects, right? Central Park, Statue of Liberty, but your awesome local pizza place? Nowhere. It's invisible. Now watch what happens after you apply these GEO principles. Suddenly, the AI's answer starts with a recommendation for New York-style pizza. Now you're not just a website, you're the first suggestion. That's the power we're talking about.
To really get this, you have to kind of rewire your brain a little bit. This isn't just SEO 2.0. No, it's a completely new game with a new rule book. We're shifting our entire focus from hunting for clicks to earning our place in the AI's answer through citations. Let's put these side by side because this is super important. With good old SEO, the goal was simple. Get to the top of the search results. With GEO, the goal is to get mentioned or referenced in the AI's answer. And how you measure success? It's not about clicks and traffic anymore. No, now it's about citations, mentions, and what we call share of voice. And finally, that credibility signal, it's not just about backlinks. It's about getting positive shoutouts all across the internet on platforms the AI trusts.
Okay, so you're probably thinking, this all sounds great, but how do I actually do it? Well, the good news is, a playbook is starting to take shape. Let's walk through the 5 core principles that are really the foundation for making GEO work for you. All right, so the playbook has 5 main parts. First, you've got to nail your SEO fundamentals. That's the bedrock. Second, you have to be crystal clear about who you are as an entity. Third, your content needs to be super easy for an AI to just grab and use. Fourth, you got to think way beyond your own website. And fifth, you need a whole new way to measure if any of this is actually working.
All right, let's start with principle 1. And I can't stress this enough. SEO is not dead. Not at all. In fact, it's the foundation for everything else. It's like building a house. You can't put up walls without a solid foundation. If an AI can't crawl your site, if your pages are slow, or if your content just isn't credible, well, you're not even in the game. Getting your SEO right is basically the price of admission.
Principle 2 is all about clarity. This is so important. An AI needs to know exactly what you are. It can't be ambiguous. The classic example is Monday.com. The AI has to understand without a shadow of a doubt that you're talking about project management software, not the second day of the week. And that clarity has to be everywhere. Your website, your schema, your social media. Total consistency is key. Okay, principle 3. Now, for all you writers and content creators out there, listen up, because this might be the biggest change for you. AIs build their answers by grabbing little self-contained nuggets of information. So look at the example on the left. It's conversational, sure, but it's kind of useless to an AI by itself. But the one on the right? That's perfect. It's a clean, extractable fact. It says what to do, for how long, and why it works, all in one sentence. That's the stuff that gets you cited. Next up, principle 4. You have to look beyond your own website. You see, the AI is looking at the whole internet to form an opinion. So your own content on places like YouTube or Reddit, that matters. But so do the things you don't control, what we call earned mentions. We're talking customer reviews, news articles, what people are saying about you in forums. All of this comes together to build a complete 360-degree picture of who you are and whether you're credible.
And look, if you're wondering if this stuff actually works, oh, it does. There's actual research showing that when you use these GEO methods, adding clear stats, citing your sources properly, you can boost your visibility in these AI answers by up to 40%. I mean, that's a huge number. This isn't just theory. We're talking about real, measurable results.
Okay, last big piece of the puzzle. If we're not just counting clicks and traffic anymore, then how do we keep score? What does winning even look like now? We basically need a whole new scoreboard, a new way to measure success for this new era.
The metrics have totally changed. Before, you were obsessed with your ranking, right? Now you're tracking how often you get cited. Before, you counted clicks. Now you're measuring your share of voice against your competition. And instead of just looking at website traffic, you're digging into the sentiment of those mentions. Are people saying good things or bad things about you? We're moving from counting eyeballs to measuring our actual presence and how we're perceived.
And this quote here from Lee McKenzie really just hits the nail on the head. Think about it. Your classic tools, like Google Analytics, they don't see any of this. They only wake up after someone clicks a link to your site. This means you could be the most mentioned brand in an AI's answers, and your dashboard would show absolutely nothing. It's a massive blind spot, and it's exactly why we need new tools and a new mindset to match. So let's just end on this one thought. The fundamental question we all have to ask ourselves has changed. It's not about how can I optimize my website to rank higher anymore. The real question, in this new age of AI answers, is this. Are you building a brand that's actually worth mentioning? Because that is the new game.